Imagine a British Muslim, heart swelling with national pride, celebrating St. George's Day. Now, imagine that same individual bowing in prayer, reaffirming their submission to Allah's will. These two images, seemingly disparate, represent the dual identities many British Muslims navigate daily. But what happens when these identities clash? What happens when loyalty to faith appears at odds with loyalty to nation? This is not a question of hypotheticals, it's a question demanding honest and often uncomfortable exploration. This exploration begins with a simple yet loaded question: do British Muslims identify as Muslim first or British first? The answer, often met with deflections and denials, strikes at the heart of integration and national unity. It's a question some deem divisive, even Islamophobic, to ask, but ignoring it won't make it disappear. This essay, therefore, is a call for clarity, a plea for honesty, and a commitment to understanding the complexities of this loyalty dilemma. Ask a British Muslim about potential conflicts between Islamic law and British law, and you're likely to encounter a series of deflections. It's like asking if I love my father or my son more, they might exclaim, drawing a false equivalence. Or they might shift the focus entirely, highlighting the contributions of Muslims to British society, a red herring that avoids the crux of the matter. Some might dismiss the question as absurd, a straw man argument, implying an inherent incompatibility between Islam and Britishness. Others might offer blanket assertions of loyalty without acknowledging the nuances of Sharia law and its potential divergence from British legal principles. These deflections, while understandable, ultimately hinder honest dialogue. They mask the genuine concerns of both Muslims and non-Muslims, grappling with the implications of conflicting legal systems. The potential clash between Sharia and British law manifests in various domains. Take the issue of apostasy. While British law upholds the right to freedom of religion, including the freedom to leave a religion, Islamic law, as interpreted by some, prescribes the death penalty for apostasy. This stark contrast lays bare the potential for conflict, forcing British Muslims to reconcile their faith with the laws of the land. The rights of women also present a point of contention. While British law champions gender equality, interpretations of Sharia law can vary widely, with some interpretations advocating for differing rights and legal standings for men and women. Furthermore, freedom of speech, a cornerstone of British democracy, can clash with Islamic prohibitions against blasphemy, leading to calls for censorship and restrictions on artistic expression. These examples are not meant to demonize Islam, but to highlight the very real legal dilemmas faced by British Muslims. Loyalty's price, integration and unity at stake. The question of loyalty has profound implications for integration and national unity. When a significant portion of the population prioritizes a religious legal system over the national legal framework, it can breed mistrust and sow division within society. It fuels the narratives of extremists on both sides, those who view Islam as inherently incompatible with British values and those who advocate for the supremacy of Sharia law. Moreover, this loyalty dilemma can create a parallel legal system operating outside the bounds of British jurisprudence. This not only undermines the rule of law, but also creates a breeding ground for extremism and radicalization. Addressing this issue requires open and honest dialogue, one that acknowledges the concerns of both Muslims and non-Muslims while seeking common ground based on shared values and a commitment to the rule of law. Seeking clarity, fostering understanding. The purpose of this essay is not to incite fear or sow division. It is instead a call for clarity, a plea for honesty, and a commitment to fostering a more nuanced understanding of the challenges we face as a society. We must move beyond the deflections and denials and engage in open, respectful dialogue about the implications of prioritizing religious loyalty over national loyalty. This is not about demanding that British Muslims renounce their faith. It is about recognizing that true integration necessitates a commitment to the core values and legal framework of British society. It is about ensuring that all citizens, regardless of their religious beliefs, feel a sense of belonging and loyalty to the nation. Only through open dialogue, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to the rule of law can we hope to navigate this complex terrain and build a more integrated and unified Britain.
It is from our religion that we have to hate them for the sake of Allah.
Al-adawa, enmity and hatred, meaning we're enemies. Let's not beat around the bush. We don't love each other. We're not on the same page. We are not friends. Does that make sense? We are enemies.
The kuffar. We hate the kuffar for the sake of Allah. Because why? Because they disbelieve in Allah.
Loving the Muslims and hating the non-Muslims. Being loyal to the Muslims and not being loyal to the non-Muslims.
To keep fighting the Christians and Jews until they give jizya. So it's compelling them to give jizya. This shows you clearly that it's about forcing people to become Muslim.
Non-Muslim.
Yeah.
We hate him for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The reason being is because he's upon kufr.
But what is not being disputed among scholars is you cannot have a permanent peace. You cannot. This is not allowed in Islam.
The kuffar from Dar al-Harb, there can never be a permanent treaty with the kuffar because it cancels out jihad and because of the verse فَلَا تَهِنُوا وَتَدْعُوا إِلَى السَّلْمِ وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ وَاللَّهُ مَعَكُمْ وَلَن يَتِرَكُمْ أَعْمَالَكُم. It can't be forever. When Muslims get stronger and it's a benefit for the Muslims, they inform the enemy, this treaty has come to an end.